There's nothing quite like starting the day with a cold, crisp glass of apple juice. That sweet, smooth, refreshing flavor is something many Americans love. And it turns out we drink a lot of it, over 300 million gallons every year. But while the juice you make at home from a juicer is usually cloudy, pulpy, and often a little tart, the bottled apple juice on store shelves is crystal clear, incredibly smooth, and perfectly balanced in taste. So, what's the secret behind this transformation? The answer lies deep inside the walls of modern apple juice factories, where high-tech machinery and strict quality control turn ordinary apples into the drink millions enjoy every day. The process starts with apples, lots of them. More than 1.5 million tons are harvested each year for juice production alone. Surprisingly, not all of these apples are hand-picked from the trees. A significant number are actually gathered from the ground after naturally falling. While this might sound unappealing, it's perfectly fine as long as the apples are fresh, unbruised, and ripe. In fact, during harvest season, especially in October, when apples reach peak ripeness, orchards become busy hubs of activity. This is when specialized harvesting machines spring into action. These machines are built with rotating rods that spin in opposite directions. They shake the apple trees just hard enough to release ripe fruit without damaging the branches. As the apples fall, they're caught on a wide platform and immediately moved onto a stepped conveyor belt, which loads them into trucks driving alongside. These harvesting units can collect up to 100 tons of apples a day, and they work non-stop across dozens of orchards, supplying juice factories nationwide. At the factory, large trucks arrive around the clock, especially during peak season. On average, 4 trucks per hour pull into the processing center, each one packed with tens of thousands of pounds of apples. Freshness is critical. Factories aim to process every load within 24 hours of arrival. The unloading process is fast and efficient. In some cases, the entire container tilts to let the apples tumble into massive holding hoppers that can each hold around 200 tons. From there, the apples start their journey through a series of cleaning stages. And this is where factory-level hygiene begins to outshine anything you can replicate at home. The first cleaning step uses a clever upstream water channel. Apples float against the direction of the conveyor belt, and the movement helps filter out leaves, twigs, and any dirt or debris that may have come along for the ride. This method is especially important for apples gathered from the ground, where they're more exposed to contaminants. As they float along, workers and automated systems inspect and remove any apples that are bruised, moldy, or underdeveloped. Only the best apples, firm, ripe, and full of juice, move on to the next phase. Once past the initial screen, the apples are sorted using advanced optical scanning technology. Each apple moves along a rotating roller belt where it's turned in every direction. High-resolution cameras and infrared sensors scan them for imperfections, color consistency, and shape. Any fruit that doesn't meet strict quality standards is automatically diverted off the line. The result? Only premium-grade apples make it into your bottle of juice. Next, the apples go through another critical washing stage, this time to remove pesticide residue and any bacteria hiding in tough spots like the stem or blossom ends. The apples are placed into long, slow-moving tanks filled with cold water, mixed with food-grade vinegar to enhance cleaning efficiency. Temperature matters here. Warm water could soften the apple skins and cause them to oxidize early, which would affect the flavor and shelf life of the juice. As the apples float through these tanks, high-pressure water nozzles blast away any remaining dirt. The final sanitizing step involves ozone treatment. Ozone, a powerful but safe oxidizer, is used to kill bacteria, remove mold, and eliminate any microbes that might impact juice quality. After being thoroughly cleaned and sanitized, the apples travel down a brush conveyor. Soft, rotating brushes gently scrub away any leftover moisture. Then, a system of high-speed fans dries the apples completely. because excess water could dilute the juice and compromise its flavor. At this point, the apples are as clean and pristine as any fruit you'd find in the grocery store, ready for juicing. Have you ever wondered how the apple juice in your fridge goes from fresh fruit to a perfectly clear, golden drink without a single speck of pulp or foam? It's not magic, it's science, engineering, and a whole lot of precision. What looks like a simple box of juice is actually the final product of one of the most efficient, advanced food production systems in the world. In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating high-tech process behind the making of apple juice. From ripe orchard apples to a crisp, refreshing sip. The journey is full of surprises you won't want to miss. The process begins with whole apples being fed into massive industrial grinders that quickly crush them into a fine mash. At this stage, a special enzyme is added, which plays a key role in breaking down the apple's cellular structure. This enzyme doesn't just help extract more juice, it also softens the mash, prepping it for the next big step. The apple mash is then transferred into large maceration tanks, where it rests for about 60 to 90 minutes. During this time, the enzymes work their magic, releasing even more liquid from the fruit's fibrous tissues and getting it ready for corn. Pressing once fully macerated, the softened mash is pumped into a powerful hydraulic press that can handle up to 9 tons of apple mash per cycle. The machine applies slow, steady pressure while rotating to ensure every bit of juice is extracted. As the mash compresses, juice flows out through special filters that trap the seeds, skins, and stems, leaving only the purest raw juice. Even after the first round of pressing, there's still juice left in the leftover pulp. So, nothing goes to waste. The pulp is sent through a second pressing process, this time using rollers that squeeze out the remaining drops by the end of pressing. What's left behind is a cloudy, foam-topped liquid filled with natural solids from the apples. That cloudiness is completely normal. It's what fresh, unfiltered apple juice looks like. Meanwhile, the fully pressed apple pulp, now dry and fibrous, is removed from the system and sent off to be repurposed as organic fertilizer. Rich in fiber and natural minerals, this leftover material becomes valuable plant food. Closing the loop in a sustainable way, the next stage is pasteurization, a critical safety step to make the juice safe for consumption. The cloudy juice is first warmed gently to around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, rapidly heated to 185 degrees Fahrenheit to kill off any harmful bacteria or microorganisms. It's quickly cooled again to 122 degrees Fahrenheit in a phase known as the holding stage. This careful temperature control preserves the juice's fresh flavor and retains important nutrients while keeping it shelf-stable. After pasteurization, the juice still contains some suspended solids and needs to be clarified. This is where things get high-tech to remove leftover fruit particles. The juice is pumped into a spinning drum system that uses centrifugal force to separate the pulp from the liquid. The heavier pulp is collected and reused often as the base for apple jams or purees. The lighter juice now appears much clearer, but it still isn't quite ready. Natural apple compounds like pectin can make the juice thick and hazy. So additional enzymes are added to break down the pectin and prepare the juice for one final round of filtration. The juice then moves through an ultrafiltration system, a state-of-the-art membrane network that filters out even the tiniest particles. This membrane system stretches over 2 miles long in total. And to maintain top performance, 288 filter membranes are replaced every single day. After ultrafiltration, the juice is clean, golden, and brilliantly clear. It's now transferred through sealed pipes into refrigerated storage tanks that protect it from air and contamination. These tanks are enormous, with each one holding up to 29,000 gallons of filtered apple juice. Since most apple juice is produced during peak harvest in October, this storage method allows factories to bottle and ship juice throughout the year. Before bottling, the juice goes through one more process: homogenization. This step involves pushing the juice through a specialized device that breaks down any lingering particles and evenly distributes fibers, sugars, and flavors throughout the liquid. This not only enhances taste, but ensures consistent texture and mouthfeel in every single sip. Once the juice reaches the optimal temperature, vitamin C is added to boost nutritional value and act as a natural preservative. Depending on the product, line flavorings like strawberry, mango, or cinnamon may also be introduced at this point, giving customers a variety of delicious options throughout the entire process. Samples are collected and tested at every stage. Trained technicians monitor sweetness levels, acidity, aroma, color, and clarity. Only batches that meet the company's strict quality standards clear appearance, pleasant natural aroma, and that classic apple flavor are approved for packaging. The standards are high because the end goal is more than just juice. It's a product families can trust and enjoy every single time. Once the juice is cleared for packaging, it's pumped from the refrigerated tanks into a fully automated packaging line. For juice boxes and pouches, high-speed machines fill and seal up to 120 cartons per minute, ensuring every container is clean, uniform, and tamper-proof. Tiny straw attachments are added with pinpoint accuracy using hot glue. Simultaneously, another line fills and caps plastic bottles up to 150 bottles per minute. As the bottles move along the conveyor, they're labeled, batch-coded, and boxed, ready for distribution to stores and supermarkets across the U.S. every year. This single facility can process between 60,000 and 100,000 tons of apples, producing millions of liters of juice. Thanks to precision engineering, automated systems, and rigorous food safety practices, this juice stays fresh, flavorful, and safe from the orchard all the way to your kitchen table. And with smart storage and year-round bottling, your favorite juice is always in season, so the next time you reach for a bottle of apple juice at your local grocery store, remember the journey it took to get there. From whole apples and powerful presses to enzyme science and ultrafiltration tunnels, this isn't just juice. It's the result of cutting-edge food technology, eco-conscious reuse, and dedication to taste and quality. And now, it's your turn to. You prefer your apple juice pure and classic, or do you like it with added flavors like cinnamon or strawberry? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this story behind your favorite drink, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next behind-the-scenes look at the world of food.